All right, you said the key to your round one victory was mental toughness. What was the key to round two?
Oh man, well, I'm tempted to say mental toughness again. I think the mental side of the game is so huge, and for me, I know that I have the physical ability to be a really good player, and I think this year it's been a learning process, learning how to I guess manage having that belief in myself, because I think for basically my whole tennis life, I struggled a lot to believe in myself, and I really didn't believe in myself. And then, I kind of felt like at some point last year, okay, like I could be a really good player. And I think, this year has kind of been a learning process with learning how to deal with that belief in myself. So, I think today was definitely a step in a good direction, and I felt more comfortable playing, and I felt like, I felt the athleticism and intensity that I like to feel when I'm on the court.
Really? Yeah.
Sure. Emma, you know what it takes to get deep in this tournament, having experienced it. What are your thoughts now about your game and both the physical and mental sides, and having what it takes to do that this time?
I'm really not looking farther ahead than third round. I think everyone in the draw is really good, and they'll pose a really tough challenge. And I'm just looking at my third round. I don't even know who I play, but I'm just ready to put my all into the next round, and then we'll go from there.
One follow-up: you may face Barbora in the next round, and you're familiar with her, of course. What are your thoughts about the challenge of that matchup, if that's the one?
I think she's obviously a really talented player. She plays a unique game. I think, keeps the ball really low, and is an incredible ball striker. So, it'll be tough if we end up playing, but obviously I know that I can beat her, and I think a big part of the challenge will be kind of managing that notion. So, I'll be excited for whoever it is.
Emma, a different kind of question. I think you mentioned something about, there's so much energy here in New York. Maybe you were out on Park Avenue. Can you imagine what your life as a young woman would be like if you had no tennis at all, where you would be and what that would be like?
Yeah, I do. I think about that sometimes. I have no idea what I would be doing. I think growing up, I never felt like I was going to be a professional tennis player. I didn't see that in my future, but I also didn't see anything else in my future. And I think part of me maybe knew that I was going to be doing this for a while. I think, when I was in school, I cared about getting good grades, but I sort of had a feeling like this is not gonna matter at some point. And I think I'm realizing now that maybe part of me knew that I was gonna be playing tennis. So, but yeah, it's interesting to think about that, because I do just feel like when I go out in Park Avenue, I feel like the same as everybody else, and I just kind of feel like one of the crowd. So. It's definitely something I have to remind myself that, I do something unique and interesting, and that people care about. And I think sort of embracing the fact that I do something unique, and yeah.
Caty got a lot of coaching from her mom today. It was audible. Do you prefer that for yourself, or where do you go on that?
I think my coach and I are improving a lot in that aspect. I think, it's my nature to, when things are challenging, to sort of get really inward facing and kind of feel like, all right, like I have to handle this on my own. I think I'm very independent, and I like to figure things out on my own, and I like to face challenges head on, and it's not my nature to want to ask for help. So that's something I've definitely had to work on. And I think from my coach's side, it's something that he has worked on, just giving me coaching even if I don't necessarily ask for it. And I think we're getting a lot stronger in that regard, and he's being more vocal. And I think our relationship is headed in a really good direction. And just having the openness to listen to coaching when things are really tough, I think is definitely important for me.
Quick follow-up. How long have you been with that coach, and what's his name?
Long time, Peter Ayers.
Okay.
And we've been together maybe 9 years now. Yeah.
Last one, Bill.
We're still pretty early in the tournament, so I'd like to ask, what has been the strongest stroke shot from another player that you've ever faced? And if you could play on one tennis court in the world, on the tennis circuit, what would that court be?
The best shot I've faced. That's a tough question. I think what comes to mind is the Anisimova backhand. I don't know if that's the toughest, but it's definitely up there. I think, that shot's one of the most natural and powerful and effective shots on the tour. And when she's hitting it well, it's really hard to play against. And I think there are two sides of me. One side wants to go play on the back court 10 at my local club in Charleston. That's where I'm most comfortable playing. And then the other part of me would say probably Arthur Ashe. Either Ashe or center court at Wimbledon, I think are the most impressive courts I've played on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.